Futures are pointing to a higher open this morning after investors weighed European bailout plans, causing markets to drop in trading yesterday. U.S. economic data due out today includes the Treasury's monthly budget for May, import and export prices for May, and in U.S. corporate earnings, Michael Kors will issue results before the bell. I'm Brittany Umar, and the morning call starts right now.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Evan Lazarus with T3Live.com.
And I'm Brittany Umar with The Street, and together we bring you the Morning Call Express. Now, of course, the market was boosted early yesterday by news of Spain's bailout package. Excitement quickly faded. Shares declined later on in the day. But so looking at yesterday's action, Evan, and then heading into today, what do you make of what you saw yesterday and how do you prepare going into today's session?
Well, I think, the market's full of enthusiasm. The market's full of volatility. It's a day trader's tape right now. There are very large moves happening, what seem to be day by day, whether it's up or down. It is causing definitely a lot of chaos. I think, there's always that bull-bear debate. The bulls are always the optimistic ones looking to buy on every dip, and the bears are the ones, trying to short those rallies. The bears seem to be winning this fight because, I've been doing this for a long time, and the market, what I'm seeing here in terms of price action doesn't really support, the bullish camp, only because the upside that we've seen, especially last week, most of it's coming overnight, most of it's coming on gap ups. There's not a lot of volume driving the upside. For me as a trader, I'm always looking for volume. Volume is the cause and the price is the effect, essentially. And we don't really have that cause. And that's very worrisome to me, for any upside potential that I see. Even yesterday, Sunday night, market was up a lot. I think we're up 14, 15 handles at one point Sunday night on the Spain bailout news. And by the time it was lunchtime Monday afternoon, we were down, 7 or 8 handles. So really large reversal. And the market just, rejecting these gap ups. We saw that Thursday of last week. We saw it yesterday. So right now, it's hard to position yourself for anything more than just a day trade. And I think that when we speak to our traders in the morning, we prepare for the trading day. It really is a less is more approach. Find compelling intraday trades, even a 1 to 3 day type time horizon, and there's opportunity there to support that. So that's really what we're looking for, and we do expect possibly some more downside.
And if we do get more downside, if the sell-off continues today, what does that mean for the market, you think? Do you think we'll see the type of action the rest of this summer that we've seen the past two?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, given what we're at right now, it's hard to look out further than even a day or two from now. Because we've seen such wild swings, and the headline news doesn't necessarily help us, as we, any day we could come into a large gap up or a large gap down. So we really have to look at specific stocks, and you have to look for leadership here. And that's the problem, is that there's not a whole lot of leadership. What was leading this market higher, is susceptible to failure on any given day. And like I said, we're not really seeing that, that volume commit to anything for more than just a day trade or a 2 or 3 day play. So, my anticipation is that we could probe lower, probably test the prior lows in the S&Ps down around, 1270, 1280. And we'll see what happens, if and when we get back down there, how the market reacts.
All right, well, let's take a look at the home builders. They were, of course, among the strongest sectors during the first quarter of this year. And some big names in this sector had a big outside day of selling off yesterday. Taking a look at the XHB first, which experienced a 3% sell-off yesterday. Where's even support now?
Okay, well, we talked about actually the real estate sector and home builders specifically a week or two ago. I'm not sure if it was the morning call or StockTwits conversation, but we did bring it up, and it was talked about. Something I personally have been watching over the last couple of sessions, last couple of weeks. So let's look here at the XHB. We're going to take a look at and it's very much like the IYR and some other real estate sectors. But, a series here in the near term, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. That is not necessarily a sign of a healthy tape. And yesterday, into this declining 21 EMA, you can see here this red line. Sellers stepped in and stepped in very, very aggressively. As the market sold off, this was a sector that got hit. So I anticipate, again, if this trend is really going to set in, at some point in the near future, we're going to see another lower low. So I'm not really counting on support here. If we were to look at support, I think you have to go back a little bit in time, maybe down in the $18 area and possibly even lower. I think the best place to look, is really up here, or I should say down here, which is right around 17 in the XHB. So I am anticipating lower prices here, a trade back to what is real support in the home builders. And we can take a look at one home builder specifically. We can look at Lennar to add a symbol there. And again, very similar looking chart, breaking down pretty aggressively yesterday. And we do have room to go lower, possibly support down to 22. So I'm very, very cautious for home builders here, and I actually am going to look to continue to stay on the short side there.
All right, well, we're going to dive into home builders and even more in the long version, so stay with us.
Hi, I'm Sean Hendelman, CEO of T3 Live, where we train, coach, and mentor traders in order to help you put your money to work with confidence. The T3 Live approach is a blueprint for you to recognize, adapt, and ultimately take advantage of different market conditions. To begin your training with T3 Live, we would like to offer you the opportunity to enroll in our free 30-day online home study course. Fill in your name and email address, and I'll see you on the other side.